Evening all, we catch up for YouTube. Oh, it's a good day in the hills, nothing strenuous, nothing too high, no big summits, just some nice walking. Didn't even take a pack, just the basics in my bum bag, my wee emergency bits. So I had a great day. I'm waiting, there's a couple of the troops coming up for Glasgow tonight, up towards Ballachulish. So I'm thinking a few guys are going to arrive up here. And we'll have a bit of banter tonight, which will be make a change from being a loner, living in isolation in the hills. But I'm looking forward to it. And it was beautiful today. Bit more wild now. Bumped into a couple down Glen Etive getting married. Beautiful girl in her wedding dress, it was lovely. I thought it was a photo shoot, but I was speaking to them and they were actually legit just married today, so that was nice bumping into them. They looked fantastic, very happy, and it was freezing, so she must have felt it, but they were over the moon. So that was nice. I'm just I've been keeping busy, getting a lot of traction. I keep trying to transition my stuff from Facebook to YouTube, but I keep falling into the trap with just hitting the live button on Facebook, so I need to remember that. I'm going to try and do something later and get a bit of content with the guys tonight, tomorrow, and probably into Sunday. We'll hopefully get a good bit of content for yous. One of the boys has got a channel, Motosports and Buggies. Deco, he's a good lad, wee Bugsy. So he's coming up tonight. We're going to do a bit of walking tomorrow and get a bit of banter. Break up the monotony and talk about something different, just mix it up a wee bit. But for now, for me, it's lattes and hobnobs, chocolate hobnobs, my favourite. I took 3 out the packet and I've ate 2. I've got 1 left, but I've got about 5 packets. You know, hobnobs. Can't get enough of them. But yeah, so just living a chill day here. I'm gonna try and get busy, get up early, and get out with the lads and capture a nice few miles and some scenery. If we're blessed with the weather, we'll get some good footage. We'll get footage regardless, it's only weather. But we're looking forward to. I'm looking forward to seeing them. 99% of the time I'm myself, so it makes the difference. Enjoy a wee bit of banter now and again, especially with these boys. They're good guys, and I'm expecting a laugh. Probably at my expense, but hey, who cares? So, yeah, I've been talking a lot on the Facebook lives about the mental health stuff, and about a few things in particular, prescription drugs and stuff, and the way that they're administered. So that's been gaining traction. It's been gaining a lot of traction, but I do need to, I am aware that my audience is limited to the 5,000. I know it gets shares and stuff, but I still think Facebook limit you. I still think they limit you in ways that even we don't know. The trickery of the algorithm, you know, shadow banning your numbers. And although you might think that 5,000 people will see your thing, 500 probably see it. So I'm going to transition to YouTube and try and do most of my stuff on YouTube. I like Facebook, it's handy, but you know, there is a lot of crap on it and some things can get lost on it. So it'll be YouTube from now on. Yeah. Anyway, I'm looking forward to having a good weekend. I've got my hearing aids in. You might notice somebody had asked in one of the comments what I was wearing. They're hearing aids, and I've got hearing difficulties. I've got loss of hearing from damage gained in the military, and these are just wee cheap hearing aids. I had some better ones. These are actually alright, they're quite good. They're made in Germany, they're decent. I know you can see them and they don't look great, but I don't really care. They're behind the ear, you know, they're wee clip over the ear ones, they just sit in. I've got really small ear canals, so I've been limited by what I can get, and lo and behold, my luck's usually bad anyway. The only ear, the expensive ones are about 3 or 4 grand, and I've been and had the the testing and the fitting done for them and stuff, and they were like, yeah, these are the ones you need. And they suit my ears because I've got really, really narrow ear canals. And yeah, as I say, they're like £4,000, thereabouts. And I said, I can't afford them. But there's nothing available, you don't get any help. And I think that's really wrong. Because loss of hearing's actually classed as a disability, believe it or not. Not that I would go down that road or claim or anything like that. I wouldn't do that. I don't want anything like that. But aye, I can't afford them anyway. So they were like, oh, you can pay them up, you can get credit, all this stuff, trying to finance you, and I'm not into that. So I just have the wee cheap ones. I had a decent wee set, but they got water damaged. They started to sound echoey and stuff, and they were I was really struggling to get on with them for a while. And I sent them away to get repaired, but they said they were lost in the post, and I was like, well, I sent them to where you said, so, you know, who's at fault here? And Royal Mail were useless, or was it Post Office? I think it was, yeah, the Post Office. They were like, oh, we don't know where they are, and there was a long process, paperwork. It was a way back, you know, months ago, and I'm still waiting, and I've heard nothing, and they just don't want to take liability. And it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And they were good ones, but yeah, I've not got them, so I'd got these little ones for quite cheap. And they're not great. They're not great, but I mean, I don't know if they look like the wee things you use for your phone. Is it called a hands-free kit? I think they probably look like them to people. So I had a laugh. When I go out in the hills, when I go walking, I don't wear them, right, because I don't want to lose them. And when I wear my other black hat, which comes down under my ears, I've usually got these on under it, so you can't really see them. And they don't bother me at all. I don't suffer vanity. So I wear them under it, and it kind of tucks them in and stuff. And if I was going to run or something at night time, I would need to wear them because you don't hear cars. But I had put them in the day, and I was walking up this road after my walk, and what a difference to actually, because I never wear them normally, and I could hear like cars coming up behind me, which you don't realise how bad your hearing is until you've got the aids in. And I heard a car coming, and I was like, turned around, and I was almost like, I got you, as if I was quite chuffed. Because normally they come right up behind me and they're like, and I'm like, oh, sorry mate, didn't see you, you know. So I might start actually wearing them all the time, and especially walking in the way back. I'll stick them in the way back when I hit the road off of my loop walks and stuff, or coming down off a hill. Because the difference is incredible. And you really don't realise that. All through lockdown, when it all started with the mask wearing, I had a nightmare. Going in places, and I was saying, I don't know what you're saying, because you subconsciously lip read. I'm an expert at lip reading. In a noisy environment, if there's multiple people or things moving and a coffee machine going, if somebody's talking to me, it kind of sounds like it's coming from over there. So I lip read, and when people have got masks on, you're stumped. So I would be like, and some folk resented dropping the mask, other people were quick to drop the mask and kind of help you. And I can sign as well, and sometimes people, you know, you would give them a wee sign and they would be like, oh, and help you out. But the difference is amazing, and these are only, as I say, they're only cheap ones because I couldn't afford the expensive ones as much as I would like them. It's a lot of money, and I probably will eventually have to go to them because my hearing on my right side's really bad. My hearing on my left side's okay, but it's no great. This one's just, at times it's a nightmare. In fact, I don't really suffer colds, but sometimes you get a wee blockage. Your nasal kind of, and the back of your throat, you get a wee blockage, and then it's gone. I can't hear a thing. That's a nightmare. Or, strangely enough, if I do high intensity training, or I've just, you know, done a bag session or something, my hearing goes, it's like as if it's popping. It's probably the blood vessels making something expand and it's blocking them even further. Because when I had the tests in Belfast and stuff, they commented with how narrow my ear canals were, and they could see all the scar tissue in the face of the drums and stuff. So the aids are all right. They look no bad. I don't know. They're supposed to be skin coloured, but I'm a wee bit claret at times, so I don't really care. Anyway, that's what they are. So somebody had asked, what's that? I think they thought it was the hands-free thing for your phone when you're driving, or like business guys wear it and they don't need to answer their phone, they just speak. So there you go. I'm a deafy for anybody that didn't realise or didn't know. When I'm talking to the camera myself, I don't need them because I'm only talking to the camera. But my phone's never ever on loud because I don't hear it. It's in my pocket on vibrate usually. Because if there's any background noise, everything sounds the same. It's all very muffled. But point being, I didn't realise how deaf I was until actually today when that car crept up me and I heard it coming for ages away. So I'm going to start wearing them more often. But I'm looking forward to the troops arriving. A few boys from Glasgow, and we'll have a bit of banter and we'll get a bit of content for tomorrow. So there you go. That's a wee heads up with what's happening this weekend. Don't know what the weather's to do. I don't bother looking at forecasts. I never have. I probably never will. I come and whatever I get. I prefer it that way. I think you can get your head all fuzzy when you start looking at multiple forecasts on different apps, and I don't really care what the weather's doing. Stick a Gore-Tex on and go. Regardless of the weather, you're here for that reason. So are you going to let a bit of drizzle or a bit of hail and snow put you off? Of course you're not. If you did that in the west coast of Scotland, you would never leave the house. Anyway, I'm going to have a bit of porridge, I think, for my dinner. So I'll talk to you later when we decide what we're going to have a bit of banter about. We might go live and see how many people will delete us for our crap chat. Alright, have a good night. Stay healthy. Cheers.